Hey people, Charles here. Today I have a new farm that will allow you to completely automate the harvesting of your favorite ore chlorophyte. This is a ridiculously simple farm that utilizes the block swap mechanic to simultaneously mine the ore and replace it with mud at the same time. There is one caveat to this farm though, and that is that the game itself doesn't have a way for you to automatically place blocks. However, that may change in the future, and that is something I'll cover later in the video. Lastly, while this farm is actually really easy to build, it's infinitely expandable, so you can build it as large or as small as you want to fit your needs. And now that I hopefully have your attention, it's time to move on to building the farm. Since the farms can be of any length and don't have a fixed size, I'm going to show you the amount of materials needed for a single block of length. For every one block that the farm is long, you will need one piece of mud sandwiched between 2 chlorophyte bricks, 3 walls, and 1 frozen slime block. Using those items, you will build the configuration shown here, copying it many times until you get the farm of your desired size. For example, if you wanted a farm that was 100 blocks long, you would need to copy this configuration 100 times, which would cost you 200 bricks, 100 mud, 300 walls, and 100 slime blocks. When building your farm, I recommend that you make it at least 200 blocks long, as this will still give you pretty good yields while not taking very long to build. Lastly, I have 3 extra notes for you. The first is, make sure there are no mud blocks or dirt blocks touching the topmost chlorophyte bricks, as those will be turned into ore, which will reduce the efficiency of the farm. For my second and third notes, make sure that you don't build the farm in or near the jungle, and make sure when you build the farm, it is located in the cavern layer according to the depth meter. Once you've built the farm, you're going to have to wait a little bit for the ore to build up before you can harvest it. This can take between 45 minutes to over an hour, with larger farms being a bit slower, but in every case, the farms will never be completely filled, as there's a limit to the amount of ore that can exist within an area. Once you are ready to harvest the farm, simply equip some mud, enable block swap, and move slowly down the frozen slime block while mousing over the ores. When using the farm, the speed at which you can block swap is determined by your pickaxe, with the usual hierarchy of pickaxe speed applying here as well. Speed modifiers, such as the light prefix, also boost the rate at which you block swap, as well as mining speed buffs, but not building speed buffs. Also, I noticed that when using drills, the mining speed buffs actually make them block swap faster, even though the buffs don't normally make drills actually mine faster. Now for automating the farm. Currently, there is no in-game means for actually AFKing it, so you'll have to rely on an external auto-clicker or a rubber band to get the job done. However, the next update will come with an in-game auto-clicker, that being the new stress ball item. If the item works for the farm, it is what I will prefer you to use. However, if it does not work, you can simply use the aforementioned options or a mod. Before I wrap up this video, I would just like to show you what you can do if you need an absolutely insane amount of ore and are willing to spend a bunch of extra time building. Obviously, the first thing you'd want to do is simply make the farms larger. Bigger farms do take longer to reach max capacity and also produce slightly lower ratios of ore to mud compared to smaller farms. However, it is always worth it to make large farms if you want to increase your production. Besides making bigger farms, the only other thing you can do to increase production is to just make more farms. When building extra farms, you want to make sure that there is about 110 blocks of vertical space between each farm, as this is enough distance to allow them to both grow normally and not run into any conflicts with the ore limit. You will also want to connect the ends of each farm with teleporters in order to save a bit of time. If you wanted, you could also create a loop of teleporters so that you constantly harvest ore. However, I don't really recommend this as chlorophyte has a rather slow growth rate. And that is it for the video. If you've gotten this far, I would just like to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the farm. Anyway, I do have more videos planned, just don't expect them anytime soon. So until then, peace!